A Vietnamese chicken stock or bone broth is, and pardon the pun, a true backbone to many Vietnamese dishes. It's a true fundamental skill that needs to be had in the kitchen to build layers of flavour in Vietnamese home cooking. Today, I'll be showing you my home recipe for Vietnamese chicken stock, highlighting some core ingredients such as dried shrimp, giving you some neat cooking techniques, and of course some serving suggestions to go. So let's get cooking. Preheat your oven to 220 degrees. In a small baking tray, place 2 brown onions with the skin on, sprinkle over a bit of salt, add some crushed ginger, again hit it with the salt, some oil just to kickstart the roasting process, but it's critical to keep the brown onion skin on. I'll show you why in a sec. In the meantime, bring a large stock pot with 4 litres of water to the boil. Separate your chicken frames like so and pour over a full kettle of boiling water to remove any impurities. Then straight into the pot with the onions and ginger. Don't pop the roasting tray into the wash just yet. It's still got remnants of flavour. A hack I always like to use is to pour in some of the boiling water to unlock that flavour. Look at that golden colour from the onion skin. Pour it in to naturally flavour and colour your stock. By now you must be wondering, where's the celery? Where's the carrot? Where's the flavour? Well, in Vietnamese culture, it's not typical to use celery and carrot to enhance the flavour of a master stock, because it's seen as, well, a waste of vegetables. Celery and carrots are often used in soups instead. They are not boiled to death and left mushy and soft and without any texture, but rather they are enjoyed in a chunky soup where it retains its natural sweetness and flavour. To build layers of flavour, I'm going to add 30 grams of dried shrimp. Dried shrimp is used in Vietnamese cooking like pancetta, or parmesan is used in Italian cooking for its savoury and umami goodness. A splash of fish sauce, 1.5 tablespoons of sea salt, and 30 grams of rock sugar, and bring it to the boil. The dry shrimp and fish sauce work in tandem to create a flavour profile that Vietnamese culture define as đậm đà. The depth of a soup, bold, savoury, and simply hits the spot. So if you ever want to compliment a Vietnamese home cook on their broth, simply say to them, đậm đà. Once boiling, immediately simmer on low for 2.5 hours. At this point, if you have any miserable spring onions hiding in the fridge or coriander roots, throw them in. It will just add extra flavour. Every 20 to 30 minutes, keep an eye on the stock. A cooking hack my mum showed me was to always skim the top of the broth to remove any impurities and leave your stock nice and clear. You can use a spoon, a ladle, or what I like to prefer to use, a fine sieve. Collect and discard. The pot will lose volume as it simmers, but it's really important to refrain from chasing your losses and adding water. Remember, cook responsibly. The addition of water is unacceptable. This ad was brought to you by Duncan Vietnamese Home Cooking, Melbourne, Victoria. Cook responsibly. The stock has been simmering away. It's now time to strain it, then return it back to the heat. The next step is optional, but it's a technique that further enhances flavour. And it's all about flavour. Boil the broth for 10 minutes on medium to high to further concentrate the broth's flavour. This is not, by all means, a traditional Vietnamese cooking technique, but one I use regularly to intensify the flavour of my broths. Once cooled, Vietnamese chicken stock or bone broth store well in the freezer, so pack it away for ease of defrosting on a rainy day. They are a great base for Vietnamese noodle soups such as bún nước lèo, a braise such as thịt kho, a Vietnamese soup such as Vietnamese pumpkin soup, and even stir fries to create that tasty sauce. Sometimes I like to have it just as is, the humble, nourishing bone broth with some cracked black pepper and a garnish of spring onions and coriander. I don't care how the chicken crossed the road, but I'll cross any freeway for this bowl of broth. Delicious! Super simple and packed with goodness. The chicken flavour is well pronounced and complemented by the umami from the dry shrimp and the fish sauce. It's bang on. If you want to take your Vietnamese home cooking to that next level, master this chicken stock recipe. You'll use it religiously as a substitute for water to transport your family to Flavor Town. You'll never use a store-bought chicken stock ever again. Go on, do yourself a favor for flavor.